Hello there and welcome to lesson 5 in the series to learn programming in Scratch. In this lesson you're going to use 5 more blocks in Scratch to make the flowers in Namaqualand blossom. On the west coast of South Africa and Namibia you will find Namaqualand. Namaqualand has a unique ecosystem where you will find predators as well as their prey in this desert region. You will also find baboons that eat bulbs and tubers of hardy plants, such as the num-num and the speckworm or elephant bush. Succulents that grow here are adapted to survive in this hot, dry area with fleshy leaves and deep roots. The most famous aloe species in this area is the quiver tree. The thick, juicy leaves of the quiver tree grow in the rosette and up to 6 meters high to escape the worst of the devastating heat. A thick layer of white powder covers the branches to keep the tree cool, since it reflects the sun's heat instead of absorbing it. The branches and the trunk contain a soft fiber that can keep a large amount of water. The seeds of flowers lie waiting for the rain to transform the area into a carpet of colored flowers every year. This spectacle is a well-known attraction, and some people call it the world's most extensive garden. The flowers turn their heads to follow the sun and close in the evening. The flowers only release their pollen when the sun shines. Thousands of insects then pollinate the flowers, and the bees collect the nectar and make honey. The flower's splendor lasts only a few weeks, after which the region returns to a semi-desert condition. Now answer the questions on this topic in your workbook. You have used the forever loop before to repeat blocks of code continuously. This orange repeats block repeats the blocks that are inside the orange C as many times as you want. Unlike the forever loop, you can choose how many times the loop should repeat. Instructions that are within this yellow C block will be run repeatedly for the number of times typed in the parameter. If a decimal number is typed in, the number is rounded to the nearest integer, and if you enter a negative number, the blocks in the repeat loop will not run. For example, if I put the go to random block in this repeat 10 loop and link this to the green flag event, the sprite will jump to 10 different positions on the screen. Besides all the blocks already in Scratch, you can import even more blocks. Today we're going to import the pen blocks. Click on the blue Add Extension block at the lower left corner of the screen. Then select the pen option. This will add an extra group of blocks to the blocks already available. We will use 2 of these blocks today, Stamp and Erase All. This dark green stamp block will make an imprint of the sprite at the position where the sprite is at that moment. It only makes prints, and you still have only the one sprite to write code for. This dark green block removes all markings made by the pen or stamp blocks. You can use it to clear the stage before you test the program a second time. Let's make 10 stamps of the cat. First, delete all previous prints with the Erase All block. Link this to the green flag block. Add the repeat 10 loop and drag the go to random position and the stamp block into this loop. This code will make imprints of the cats in 10 different positions on stage, and all imprints will be erased before more imprints are made when you click the green flag again. The stage has X values between -240 and 240 horizontally, and Y values between -180 and 180 vertically. You can see it easily if you select the XY grid backdrop. Sprite's position is given under the stage using an X value and a Y value. In mathematics, we call the pair of values coordinates. This blue block from the motion group instantly puts the sprite at a specific place by setting the X and the Y values. In this case, exactly in the middle of the stage. To put a sprite in position using the Go to XY block, drag the sprite in position and then read the X and Y values under the stage so that you can use it in a Go to XY block. For example, the X value of the gift must be 0 and the Y value of the gift must be 40 to place it in the girl's hands. This light green block selects one number between the first and the second parameter. This block will choose one number between 1 and 10, therefore either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. You can set the end values by typing in the numbers you want. If the X value is greater than 0 and the Y value is greater than 0, the sprite will appear somewhere in the upper right quadrant. If both X value and Y values are smaller than 0, the sprite will appear somewhere in the lower left quadrant. If the X value is less than 0 and the Y value is greater than 0, the sprite will appear somewhere in the upper left quadrant. And if the X value is greater than 0 and the Y value is less than 0, the sprite will appear somewhere in the lower right quadrant. You can use the pick random block inside the go to XY block. Instead of setting fixed X and Y values, you can use two pick random blocks to select values within a range. For example, if you want to make an imprint of the cat anywhere in the top half of the stage, you have to select Y values from 0 to 180, and X values can be any value between -240 and 240. To make an imprint of the cat on the left side of the stage, you must select X values between -240 and 0 and Y values between -180 and +180. You've used the when green flag clicked and the when the sprite is clicked blocks from the events group already. Today, we will use a third event block, when key pressed. This orange block, when key pressed, activates the code blocks that are linked to it when you press the selected key on the keyboard. This example will delete all the stamps when you press the spacebar. Now for today's challenge. Create an animation program in Scratch with a simple brown and blue background to represent the ground and the air. Save the program as Namaqualand. Create 4 sprites of single daisies in different colors that are invisible when the program starts. Let each sprite then stamp prints of itself in 100 different positions on the ground. Clear the stage when you press the spacebar. Save all changes to the program. Here is an example of what your program might look like. Now use the design cycle again to solve this problem. Ask questions to seek clarity, and then brainstorm ideas for a solution with your friends. You can use the spacebar to start stamping the flowers. You can draw the background yourself. You can draw the flowers yourself. You can import a quiver tree using the upload backdrop. You can copy the code from the first flower to the other flowers. Or you can first code one flower and copy the entire sprite. Now write your own ideas down in the workbook. Draw the design for the background and the position of the sprites and label the sprites in your workbook. Then complete the algorithms for the flower sprites in your workbook. Write your program and use this rubric to check that your program meets the criteria. Like before, write down some thoughts about what you've learned, felt, and experienced. In the next lesson, you're going to learn how to use speech bubbles in Scratch to make a tour guide and a tourist talk at the Big Hole in Kimberley. Until then, goodbye.